ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs, where today we are taking on Liverpool in the Champions League. We've also got a few details to show you with regards to that. We've got Milan and Lyon as well. We've played Lyon before and we've done very well against them, so I'm hoping again we can do the same this time out. When it came to the Champions League, we had a hell of a game to start with against Botev Plodiv. 5-1 win in the first leg. Second leg, lost 5-3. Mental. Then a 3-0 win against Astana kind of coaxed us through. And then 2-0 in the first leg against Copenhagen. And a 1-0 loss meant we did get into the knockouts into the group stage. That's better. With that said, we did lose our first game in the league against Glasgow United, which wasn't good. Christian Carroll scoring against us, which is one of the transfers I need to make sure let you know about. And otherwise, we did manage to beat St. Joseph 3-1. Speaking of transfers, let's take a look at what we have managed to get done in this window. We've been nice and busy. A few players to make you aware about. We'll start with outgoings. So first one is Fausto Vera has left us, unfortunately. His release clause got matched by Palace. That's fine. 925,000 we brought in for him. Bit of a profit. I'm okay with that, as we have got replacements. Christian Carroll, one of the players that has left for Glasgow United, 250k, wasn't quite reaching the potential that we kind of wanted him to. We brought in a couple of players that were able to play in his positions and kind of can perform a bit better. So that's kind of how it is. With that, we then move on to Fleming Kierkegaard, who went off to St. Joseph. The 22-year-old, he was a backup keeper for us last year. He wasn't going to be... He's not good enough. That's all. So we moved him on, got a bit... Just cut down the squad a little bit. And Charlie Porter's the other one. Went off to Hamilton for 67k again. Did we make it? Yeah, he came in on a free from Celtic. So made a couple of appearances for us, but nothing special. So we moved him on. Now... We have brought in a few players as well. One of those being Lucio Flavio, who has been loaned back out to where we got him from, ATP. I can't remember what the Brazilian name for that club is, but he's a centre-half and he looks pretty decent. I think he's certainly someone that could develop quite nicely. Some nice physicals already. Mentals looking okay. 15 determination, 17 bravery. Great stuff. Positioning 13 as well. And then you've also got tackling, marking and heading all looking quite nice. So I'm pretty happy with that signing. We brought him in for 650k. Hopefully we can get the most out of him for that. When he comes back, of course. Rok Vodisek is the next player, goalkeeper. We brought in from Maribor for 700k. We needed another goalkeeper. The players were moaning at me about having a new keeper. They weren't overly excited with Langley being in goal, so we brought him in. Then we spent, I think it's our record signing, Michael Obafemi, £7.5 million we spent on him, coming in from Swansea. Yeah, I think I might have overspent. I'll be honest. It's probably not the best signing I've ever made with regards to value for money, but he's been pretty good otherwise. He scored a goal in one appearance. Can't complain at that. He's scoring every game he's played so far. We'll just have to see if that lasts. We've also signed Rowan Mitford, who's in our under-23s this season. A fullback / centre-back, where we'll probably end up developing as more. But looks half decent. Certainly a player that we've brought in because he's for free. It's not too much of a worry. Willie Cambuala is another one. Brought in for free. Can make a bit of money on him even if he doesn't necessarily play for us. He's come in from Wolves, following loan moves to College 75 in Livingston. So he knows the league a little bit. He has played it before. Dominick Ballard is the next one from Southampton's under-23s. He's come in for free as well. Again, could make some money on him if we need to. But I thought he was half decent as well. Some good physical attributes. Some nice bit of flair and determination. And then first touch and dribbling. Crossing's not bad either. So he can get some balls into the box for sure. Kerr Smith is another one. Aston Villa on a free. I thought this was a very good signing. Kerr Smith is... I've had him before at Barcelona in other saves. So he's got to be half decent. And at 23 years old, he still can improve. 2 caps for Scotland as well already. So hopefully that continues. And then finally, Ahmed Mohammed from Man City on a free. Again, I think he is a very good player. Likely that he'll probably leave at the end of the season because he's probably too good for us. But some lovely first touch. Physicals look great. He's 6'4" as well, so a bit of a giant in the midfield, which is exactly what we want. So, with that said, we will jump into today's game against Liverpool. It'll be a tough one. We're going to stick with the 4-3-3 with the deep-lying defensive midfielder instead of playing him as a ball winner. And we turn the midfielders both into centre midfield attacking. But with that said, we'll jump into today's game. Carol Eiting is another player which I don't think I've actually mentioned. He's come in for 7 million as well. How have I not mentioned? Why is he not on the transfers? Carol Eiting though, deep line playmaker, centre midfielder, a player that I think will definitely do bits for us in that midfield spot. Is there any other players that I've missed? I don't think there is. I think you're fully aware. Oh, the only other one was Samuel Kalou. Of course, he has come in from Rangers. Again, on a free. Don't think it's too much of a risk. 31 years old, just a bit of experience in there. Can play either side as well as up top. So he's got a bit of versatility for the league games and cups and that sort of thing. But let's jump into it. We've got a solid lineup. We'll see how it goes. They've obviously got a fantastic team, but we're playing 4-3-3. It's something that I think we could get something out of. With Saranic and Chibos on either side, with Romero up top as well. We've got a couple of options on the bench along with that, so there are ways for us to change things. Obviously, their team looks very, very good. But we'll see how it goes. If we can get a decent result here, I think against AC Milan and Lyon, we could actually do okay. If we can get anything out of this, I should say, is I'd be very, very happy. Because Liverpool are obviously a very, very good side. As the ball does come in and Soler heads it away, Saranic is able to continue that. And Romero, I mean, look how many players around him. He's not Messi, guys. He might be Argentinian, but he's not quite that good as the ball gets played back. And we reset this one. Vodisek in goal for us. He is our first choice keeper now. He's got that bit more of experience, so he'll be there. We might see our Gibraltar keeper back in goal at some stage, but at the moment we will be using internationals. Chebozo though cuts back, finds Salafu. Salafu has been able to deliver that ball. Saranic is there. He just headed wide of the goal. 5 minutes in, we're looking all right. We're moving the ball around nicely, and we are getting a couple of opportunities now. It is Gomez at the near post from Mohamed Salah's corner, but it doesn't go anywhere near the goal. But hey, we're looking all right. It's not as worrying as I first thought. Carol Eiting back to Murray, who's able to take a touch. He's been highly wanted this summer. Smith, new signing, playing it back to the keeper, who launches it forward. It goes up. Alexander-Arnold's going to go up and win that. Gravenberch receives it in the midfield, who looks out wide to Mohamed Salah. But Soler isn't able to slow him down as the ball's played through to Laycock, who's one-on-one with the keeper. It hits the post as Smith plays it to Tayeb, who should be able to clear things up now. Romero goes up with Gomez, but it doesn't quite fall. And it's not even been 10 minutes yet, and we're seeing a hell of a lot of highlights in this game, for sure. As Mohamed Salah is going to come forward, plays on the overlap for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who we know can deliver a ball if given a yard. Florian Wirtz, who's also very good, into Laycock, and that is the first goal. 10 minutes in, but it could be deemed offside. We'll have to wait and see what their decision is in the end. But so far, it's been awarded. Okay, yeah. I didn't think he was offside or anything. Let's see how well we get on in the game as it progresses. And it is half an hour in now. Alexander-Arnold takes a throw in. Soler cuts it out, and Salafu's able to get onto that. Although it is won quickly back by Liverpool as they're on that high press. Mohamed Salah's been played through, and he hits the other post. Both posts have been struck so far in the game by Liverpool, and we have kind of been warned multiple times. It's going to be a long throw as by Joe Gomez looking into the box. I mean, it's nowhere near good enough to really trouble us as Kerr Smith does head it clear, but we've got to put some pressure on now on Gomez to try and cause issues as it's played back to Alisson Becker. Nichols inside, looking out wide to Gvardiol. Luis Diaz looking to take on his man at right back, and El Tiab has been Tayeb, I should say, has been absolutely roasted by Luis Diaz. We've had to have two players come across to try and slow him down as it's found by Matthias on the edge of the box. strikes it, but it just goes wide of the target. Again, we get away with it. If we can go in at half-time 1-0 down, I'd be pretty happy with that. All things considered. Long ball forward, it's headed back to the keeper, and Alisson Becker will sweep that up calmly. And it is Liverpool coming forward here. Laycock receiving the ball. Matthias, he's got a bit of time there now, plays it back to Gomez, into Nichols, who's just moving the ball round us very, very easily. Laycock switches it out wide to Gvardiol, who's absolutely lost his man. He's now on that overlap. Luis Diaz receives it. He's got plenty of space to find a cross. Comes all the way through to Alexander-Arnold. He finds Matthias again, whose shot again is wide of the target on that side. But we are getting absolutely roasted by these fullbacks. I don't think that is helping our situation. But we've got a free kick here. Saranic looks for Chebozo. I mean, it's not a great free kick in the end, as it's headed clear by Nichols, I think it was, or Gvardiol maybe. But Wirtz, then Luis Diaz driving forward down this left-hand side. Are they going to be able to get another goal just before half-time and kind of put the nail in the coffin for us? Or are we going to go in with a little bit of hope as the ball's played over the top? Mohamed Salah is there. He volleys it home. I thought that could have been offside, and they will check that just to make sure that we aren't being tricked, being put against, losing due to an undeserved goal. And it is disallowed. Okay, so that's good. It's gone our way. I thought it was a a little bit off. He maybe mistimed his run slightly. I mean, maybe it wasn't as obvious as I thought. That was very, very close, and I wouldn't have blamed him if they had have given that. Mohamed Salah with a corner comes in. Gomez goes up, and it looks like it was saved by Vodisek. But it comes to the edge. Luis Diaz with a shot, and what a strike that is. Laid back by Florian Wirtz, and it just comes to him on the edge of the box, and it's a lovely curved effort into the top right-hand corner as they go 2-0 up just before half-time. I thought we were going to get away with it after a great save initially there, but we weren't alert enough, as it's Wirtz who plays it back to Luis Diaz, has enough time on the edge of the box to take a touch, get it out from his feet, and curl it into the top right-hand corner. We do go in at half-time 2-0 down. Could be worse, but could be better as well. What we will do is Florentino Naranjo will be coming on, and we'll also take Romero off and put Obafemi on, just to change things up, and we'll pop him as a pressing forward, I think, just to try and cause Liverpool a little bit more issues in their defensive third. Now, we've got a chance of getting something. We are able to score goals. We know that from our time playing the big teams in the Champions League. We can always get a goal against them. Often it is when we're 5-0 down, but that's not how to look at it. Salafu with a fantastic run here, but he's not able to kind of move the ball on quick enough as Liverpool win that back, and it is back to Gomez. Then Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Captain, it looks like. Captain Alexander-Arnold, and a fantastic ball through to Laycock, who has absolutely skied that, put that nowhere near the goal in the end, but quite the effort indeed. If we can get Europa League football, I'd be happy with that. I think that's a bit of a turnaround from last year. I mean, I'm a bit annoyed that we lost to Glasgow United already this season in the league. First game of the season. Good response, though, against St. Joseph. Chebozo, though, fantastic turn. Strikes it. Top right-hand corner. Could we be back in this? We're an hour in, 30 minutes ago. Chebozo did fantastically well, though, there. A lovely throw-in. He just turns the defender and absolutely smashes it top bin. Soler with the throw, comes into Chebozo. He kind of nutmegs the defender, Trent Alexander-Arnold. There's always been questions about his defending, and maybe that just shows it a little bit there. But it is 2-1. We've got 25 minutes, and we could squeeze something out of this if we're able to get another goal. Do we look to change something up here? To try and force something to happen. We'll bring Jack Stevens on. Maybe get a bit more of a rough and tumble in the midfield rather than Carol Eiting, and see if we can get something out of it. Vodisek looks long forward. That's nowhere near anyone, is it? Alexander-Arnold's going to take that down with plenty of time to spare. And Gravenberch looks out wide to Mo Salah. If he takes on his man, he'll probably beat him, I'll be honest, as it looks like he will do, as he cuts it back, but it's well cut out by Eiting. And Salafu looks long forward. But again, it just falls to Matthias, who's just sitting in front of Obafemi and just sweeping up. If we're going to play it up to Obafemi, it's probably going to have to be over the top, as it's Mo Salah's shot is very, very tame, and Vodliak is able to grab hold of that one. But it's a lovely ball through to Alexander-Arnold, who's got down this right-hand side, whips that ball in, and Luis Diaz header goes over the bar in the end. 20 minutes to go. We can still do this. I believe we can still do this. Naranjo looks like he might have just got injured, though, as the ball's just thrown over the top, I think. Kerr Smith gets onto it, and El Tayeb now. Back to Kerr Smith, who launches it forward to Obafemi. He flicks it on for no one. He could have brought that down, I think. He had enough time there, really, to be able to bring it down. But it goes back to Gomez from Alexander-Arnold, who's, again, Trent's got the ball, keeping the ball with Gomez there. Matthias, who looks inside of Wirtz, outside to Salah, looks for a ball through to Laycock. Murray looks like he should wrap that up quite nicely, and Kerr Smith looks forward again. But again, this time he doesn't quite make it as Gravenberch receives it. It's played through to Laycock, but again, Murray is there sweeping up once more. He's done very well. I have to say, the defence has done a lot better than they're probably being credited for. El Tayab's had a bit of a nightmare on that left-hand side against Luis Diaz, though. That's for sure. As the ball switched out right to Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's got plenty of time to find a ball in. It's well defended again, this time by Kerr Smith, to get that gone. 15 minutes to go. I mean, we haven't got any subs left, have we? And Florentino Naranjo's injured, which isn't great. Going down to the final 10 then. Can we nab something at the death? Gravenberch driving forward, though, for Liverpool. Could they get a goal just to secure things for them in the last 5 minutes of the game? Cavadio into Wirtz, who's going to look back again to Paulo Bernardo, who's come onto the pitch. Alexander-Arnold receives it on the right-hand side again, overlapping with so much space. That is certainly something we're going to have to look at in the next game when we play them again. As Mohamed Salah plays it across, it's blocked twice with Luis Diaz taking the second shot. The bodies are on the line for Hound Dogs as Trent Alexander-Arnold looks to whip another ball in, but Kerr Smith very confidently heads it back to the keeper, who can grasp that, and looks like we might just lose 2-1 to Liverpool, which isn't a bad result. I'm pretty sure last time we played them, we got absolutely battered. So if that is that's the result, that is the result, and I'm not too concerned about it. Let's go back and see if we can find it. So we played Man United. Lyon, obviously, we beat twice. Yeah, Liverpool, we drew 3-3 one game, which, yes, I remember that because that was our first Champions League game, I think. First group stage, and then we lost 5-0 away from home. So we'll have to see how the away leg goes. But there you go. We will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.